As EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Carolina Panthers.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Let's go now. 55. 55, Mike. Man, I got you.
Check 52. Shotgun handoff now to Geis. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense.
You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, defense, let's go.
Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks, and here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you've got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first-quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in there, break on the football. Don't make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense, everybody wants a piece of that pie.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it's going to be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Bridgewater on 1st down. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 36 yards on the play. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Check safety. Jim.
Out of the gun, Bridgewater. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second and 10 now from the 27.
Number 53, Mike 53. Here we go.
On the ground, McCaffrey. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Monk's 56. Monk's 56. Let's go, D. Big series right here. So we got to step it up.
Bridgewater to throw it. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Graham Gano on for the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again? And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. An update from a game going on in Indianapolis. The Bills have taken the early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch the whip.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around with the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Check 53.
On 2nd and inches, Bridgewater. He's going to look deep for more. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now 21-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
21-0 our score after 1.
Check 55 to Mike.
Oh, you got deep?
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Haskins will throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Haskins to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Check. Crunch.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. It's a foot race. The 30. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw, Haskins. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
At the 36-yard line.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets him back for 2nd down.
Let's get in there. Let's get in there.
66, bullet, high. Slam. Slam.
Watch that.
On second down, McCaffrey. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Bandit.
Bridgewater from the gun on third down. Open man is Anderson. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Another try after the first down sack. Bridgewater buying time to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Open man is Robbie Anderson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for fourth down. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. Then he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And, Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. He was trying to go back to Moore there. And it's 2nd down.
Slam, slam. Out.
To throw, Bridgewater. That'll be taken in by Anderson. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down. First down, Bridgewater. Complete, it's Henry. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And again, it's Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
It's 2nd down and 10.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Oh, here we go. Oh, switch. Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Bridgewater again. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And a big play there on 2nd down, but we do have a flag on the field. This is in the area where it might be coming back. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. They'll throw again. Bridgewater. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Check 53. Double dog. That's the way.
A first down throw for Bridgewater. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Let's get that ball right here. Alert 3. Watch the ship. Hey.
They go quickly here out to Moore. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
56.
From the 31, Bridgewater. And Anderson's got it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. This quarterback now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%. And it's 1st and 10. Now Bridgewater. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking...
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field and, of course, for pass plays. But the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for.
Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right out.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now it's Haskins. And that will be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Eli Apple. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. This is McCaffrey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle.
53, check 53.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Check. Here we go. Mike 56. And let's get this.
He's coming. We got
From the gun, Bridgewater. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Bridgewater. Eluding the pressure right. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Third and short yardage. Bridgewater. Flushed out right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. They get the sack on the blitz, but it was 3rd and inches. Are you surprised like I am they weren't running the football there?
I'm right there with you. I would have thought it worst. Quarterback sneak, try and pick up the first down and move on. But instead, I think they thought they could catch him by surprise and maybe hit something deep. Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
They start on the ground with Geis, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. And we're back now in Charlotte. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. From the 22, Haskins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The Redskins on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll run with a North Carolina native. This is Bryce Love. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down. Here's Haskins. And Latimer's got it. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Haskins will throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
After the sack on 1st down, Haskins and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Haskins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Haskins. Gonna let it fly for room. It's caught at the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. So with a big gainer anyways, they'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down at the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
Out of the shotgun, Haskins. Flush to his right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Now it's Haskins. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Haskins to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal. Now brings up a decision on 4th down.
They'll try and throw forward with Haskins. He's going to let this one go for Latimer. And now here is another interception. Dante Jackson picks it. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Bridgewater on 1st down. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Bridgewater. And that's complete to McCaffrey.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Bridgewater here to throw. The quick slant caught, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter.
At their own 35-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. On first down, it's Haskins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now Haskins. He's going to let it fly. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. But how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Carolina, the win here means it'll be a